All right, welcome to tonight's class. So I said we're talking on market structure, and then we said market structure happens to be the way anything is patterned. Structure means pattern, human structure. That is how a human being is like. So since we're talking about forex, in this case, how the structure of the market is like. As you can see the charts here, this is market structure. But you see, it's going up, it's coming down, it's going up, it's coming down. The market does not just go one way. At some point, it may look like it's going one way. Like, look at this now. It just kept going up, but it will come down. It just kept going, but it was coming down, but now it's going up. So the market does not just go in one direction only. All right. So our duty as traders is to identify the current trend. What is the market doing? Is it trying to go up? That is buy, or is he trying to sell? Now that will help you know if it's an uptrend or a downtrend, or the market does not have a direction. There are times where the market is not going up, it's not coming down. E.g., if you look at something like maybe at this point here, it was not really going up, it was not coming down. It was just doing up, down, up, down, up, down, no clear movement. So in that case, we say the market is consolidating or is ranging. It's not going to, you can't see a move. Like as you can see this move now, you can say, okay, this is going up. You can look at this and say, okay, the market came down. But when you see a consolidating market, you can't really see a clear direction. Okay. So now in an uptrend, what you normally see in an uptrend is that you see price going up. It will get to a certain height. It will stop going and then it will start coming down. When it get to that a certain height, it will stop and it start going up again. When it is going up and you notice that it is higher than this previous high, do you get now? When you see that this high, as it's going up, is higher than it's going up, you notice that it's coming like it now went above the previous high. Then you can tell yourself that, okay, this is a confirmation that it's an uptrend. So when it comes down and it's still coming down again, and it does not go below the previous low that you notice that it came down. The market did not come down below these former points here. It stopped maybe around here or here, and it also went up again. And as you are observing, it now went above these former highest points here again. Then you can affirm that, oh, this is a sure uptrend that has just been formed. So how do you identify an uptrend? The most recent high must be higher than the previous high. That is how you can tell it is an uptrend. Where is the most recent high here? This is the most recent high. Let me point it out. Where is this, my arrow? Okay, yes. This point is the most recent high. This is the previous high. And that is the previous high. But if you observe, when the market was coming from this bottom up to this point, and it went down, as it was coming up, this place became the most recent high, and it was higher than this high. So the moment it broke this high, we can say, okay, this is a higher high. Why? It is higher than the previous high. You see English, higher high. So it means this high is higher than this high. That is why it is called higher high. But the moment you now see markets rise above this level again, this place becomes the next higher high. Why? Because it is higher than this previous high. So that is why when we are labeling it, like I was trying to explain, we'll just use shortcuts. If you want to label higher high, instead of writing higher high in full, you can just use HH. HH means higher high. All right. So in this case, this is a higher high. And another higher high we can see. Remember, I said when you see that the market, the current market or the current high is higher than the previous high, you see, it now becomes the next higher high. Why is it higher? Because it's higher than the previous high. So this one will become higher high. Why? It was higher than this. It was higher than this high. It was higher why is my arrow not clicking? Because it was higher than this high. So the reason why this is a higher high is because it was higher than that high. Let me make this stick a bit. So I guess we can see that now. So what do you see again? This high, another high has gone above it. So what do? We label this next high as what? A higher high. Now this is just basics. All right. So how do you truly confirm that this is an higher high? Number one confirmation. What did I say? To confirm that you have a higher high, number one is that it must break through the previous high. So this line I just drew mark the maximum point of this higher high. The moment the market broke through this line, this next place became the next higher high. And the moment the market grew up and broke below this, above this high rather, this next place became the higher high, a higher high. So that is one way to identify if the market is an uptrend. But also, if you notice when the market is going up, it's not just going up to create higher high. There is something it's doing. It's coming down before it's going up. If you must have noticed, it goes up, look at this, it goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. So in this scenario, when it went up, it came down. So what do we call this position? This that came here is called higher low. Why? This high, it is the low of this high. So that's why we call it higher low. So it is the low of this high that was formed. So how do we label that? We label that as HL. HL means higher, higher low. Okay. Now, this is another confirmation to know if it's an uptrend or not. How do I know again that it's an uptrend? Another way to know if it's an uptrend is that a higher low, the previous, please catch this, Rema. The previous higher low is what forms the next higher high. The previous higher low is what forms the next higher high. If you look at this now, when the market came down and formed this higher low, it was from this higher low the price pushed up and broke this high. So until we have a higher low that gives the next high, we can't say it's an uptrend. What do I mean? Right now, let me show us something. That I even labeled this higher high. Why? Because this low has pushed up to give us, watch you, this low has pushed to give us a higher low. You see, this higher low gave this and then push. But right now, if the market is here, maybe you came to the market and the market is here. Do you know, you don't know what the market will do next. Even though before you came to the market was an uptrend, you can't tell if the market will keep going up. That is just the truth. Many things can happen. It's either as price is coming down, it can come below this. It can just change direction. So what is the point here? Before you can classify something as a higher high, let the low not be lower than the previous low. You get that? Before you can classify a low as a higher low, let that low not be lower than the previous low. So if the market was not coming back down and it stopped here and then started going up, starts going up and it stops here. Watch these guys, and it stops here. Do we have a new higher high? No, we don't have a new higher high. Do we have a higher low? No, we still don't have a higher low. Why do we not have a higher low? But the market came down here now. A higher low can only be a higher low when the higher low pushes price above the previous high. These things I'm dropping, people pay money for it on YouTube. A higher low can only be called a higher low when price pushes above the previous higher high. That is when you can classify the higher low, because price can come here and still reverse Price can come here and still just reverse. Have you not seen something like that? It can come here, for example, now. This thing should click and work for me. It can come here and just reverse and change direction. But again, if price comes here like this, so long as it does not break below this previous higher low, let's say it came below this point here. Let's say it came here before now going to this point here. This is still a higher high. Why is this a higher high? Why is this a higher high? Why is this a higher high? Look at the criteria I said. I said you only call it something a higher high. Something becomes a higher high only when a higher low does not go below the previous higher low. In this case, if we measure now, let's take our horizontal line. Look at this, the previous most recent higher low. Look at the line. The line just drew. If you observe, when the market was coming down, it didn't go below this higher low. But when it tried pulling up, it could not cross this higher high. It went low again. So long as it did not go below this line, the previous higher low, it is also considered as a valid higher low. Why is it considered as a valid higher low now? Because the price now went up and now closed above the previous higher high. Please, if you are following, just drop a 111 on the chart. If you are following or you are following what I've said so far, please just drop a 111 on the chart so that I can just see that, okay, you heard all I've said. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so I'll go over uptrend again. Maybe it's only uptrend we do today. I'll go over uptrend again. Okay, let's just stay on uptrend so that we don't pack too many things. Before our time elapses, we're already way behind. I'm looking for a tool that will also help us. Sorry, I'm looking for the name. I didn't start it. So just give me a sec. Where is this tool? Where is this tool? It should be here. It should be here. What's the name called again? Okay, if I can't find it, we'll just have to, go on like that. I wanted to show something that gives us a bit of a replica of the markets. I can't remember what the name of that tool is right now. Something force. Okay. Before the next class, I will look for it so that I will make use of it. Let me go over it again. Now, I just said that in an uptrend, you see the markets. Let me use this arrow to be indicating what I'm doing. Maybe I should start this as well. Yes, so I can always get back to it. Excuse me. I should start this arrow, this tool here. Okay. I just said when the market is coming down, let's say the market starts from, look at my arrow. When the market starts on this point and is going up, we don't know if it's a high, if it's a higher high yet. Like I said, unless what? Unless the higher low pushes price above the previous high. So now you came to the market, you saw that price is moving up from this point. Price is moving from this point that I just labeled like this. And the price is going up. Price is going up. Let me be indicating. So price is going up. Now price came here and stopped here and started going down. And it stopped at a certain point. Now, before you can call this place a higher low, the price has to push above this previous higher high. If it does not push above this previous higher high, this is not a higher low yet, because price can still come to this, just like you saw here now. If you notice, we didn't label here as higher low. Did you see? Why did we not label here as higher low? Because it was not this low that pushed price to go above this high. It is the low that pushes price that you label as higher low. Why did we not label? Have you noticed why did we not label this place as higher low? Because this was not the low that pushed price above the previous high. It was this other low that pushed price above. So that is how you know a higher low. It is a higher low that qualifies a higher high. So when price moved above this higher high, because price was pushed from higher low up here, it came down again So this is not called the higher low yet until he was able to push price above this previous higher high. That is when we can consider this a higher low. And as price went above here, we now call it higher high. Why? It is higher than this previous high. Here is a higher low because it is higher. This low is higher than the previous low. Do you see the logic? This low is higher than this previous low. This high is higher than this previous high. This high is higher than this previous high. So when price came to this point here and it came low, we didn't label it as higher low, even though this low was higher than this low. But until this low is able to push price above the previous high, that is when we can label it as higher low. So price tried, it could not, it went back and then pushed this up again. And come, let me admit someone in. So we'll be wrapping this up for the night. And let's just stay on uptrend for tonight. Tomorrow we'll be going. I don't want us to rush these classes so that you can have time to rewatch the videos, and we can, when you are asking questions, we can just dwell on one. So maybe tomorrow we'll also, I think we should just do, okay, we'll do downtrend tomorrow. No, sorry, tomorrow we might not have a class. We'll be having class next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We won't have class tomorrow, Friday. All right. So let's use tomorrow to try and go to the market if you can. Practice this thing I've just shown you. Just start from any chart. Let's assume this chart. Let me widen this. Just start from any chart. All right. I know you may not be seeing line, but if your chart allows you to do line, you can start with line. You can do line. You see it. From line, you can go to candles. So do you see what I was trying to say? High, low, high, low, high. Now, who are the people in waiting room? Have I muted everybody? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So look at this high, look at this low, but look at this low. It didn't go beyond this high, so we can't call it higher low. You see, it came down. This is not a higher low. Why? It went above this. So you see, you can be practicing with this. Start from line chart. Line chart will show you a replica of what I just did. It is from line charts that you are able to identify up, down, higher, low. Then you can now switch to candle again. From candle, you can now be seeing the points that, okay, this is one leg. You can now be saying, okay, this is one leg. You can now be saying, okay, this is another leg. You see, you can now be saying this is another leg, like that. But if you just come here straight, it might be difficult. So start from line chart. Line chart, you are seeing it yourself. You are seeing the line exactly how I drew it. So it will create a mental picture for you. All right. So this will wrap up tonight's class. I'm sorry we'll be able to entertain questions today or tonight, but we'll have time where we'll be able to dive into questions and all of this. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a wonderful time and you found value in today's class. So thank you for joining in. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you and bye-bye.